Okay, hi everyone. So this set of notes is just going to briefly go over the syllabus, and I'm not going to go through every single thing for the syllabus, but just to give you a basic idea of how the class is set up and structured, and I'll also go through a really tentative module with you so you can just get a basic idea. I recommend, like I said in my email, watching these before the class starts so that you can make sure you have everything you need. And if you do have any questions, you can let me know ahead of time. So I look forward to working with all of you. I'm Professor Baker, so I'm so excited for our class this term too, and I hope everything's been going well so far, and you're finished up with term one, and you're getting ready to go into some new classes. So our class runs from October 19th through December 7th. Keep in mind the week of Thanksgiving and then after Thanksgiving, we are all remote for that time period. Our synchronous time that we meet together is Thursdays from 11 to 11:50 a.m. You'll find the Zoom links all on Canvas for each week for anyone who's approved to learn remotely this semester. Otherwise, everybody else, we're in the community center. We're in room 208. Please triple check this before you come, and I'll also send you an email in case of room changes. I have office hours through Zoom every week and also check-in times for class. Those will be posted, especially once I get a sense of your schedule. You can always email me to set up a time to meet if something doesn't work, and we can definitely find a time together. So I know you've had other classes before that you're going through, but some things that I have found personally helpful for myself, and then that I think could be good practices that you might want to use for yourself, just kind of going through any class this semester. So definitely check your email and Canvas daily. This does not mean that something's due every day, but this way you're not missing any updates, announcements, discussions, projects. I also recommend scheduling in time to work on the class each day. It makes everything much more manageable and you don't feel like you're doing 100 things at once on one day of the week. And then I'm a big fan, use whatever technology or apps to help set reminders for yourself. I like remind.com. I like Google Alerts. I use the calendar feature on Canvas. So if you're old school too, I love writing everything down in a notebook or a planner. So whatever works for you. And if you need some help with that, just let me know. I can definitely give you some of my tips that have tried to keep me from procrastinating all the years. This is just, again, our syllabus, which is the basic outline. Canvas and the modules in Canvas for our course are going to have everything updated and everything detailed out for each week. There's going to be things that, of course, change based on your preferences and your interests in terms of readings, maybe, or additions. But otherwise, I like to make sure everything is tailored as possible. And it's very organic, and I'll adjust it based on our interests and our personalities of our writers group. I did send an email. This is the only textbook you need for our class. It's called Everyone's an Author with Readings. It's the third edition. The bookstore should have it. You can use an e-textbook. I don't care where you get it from, but you definitely need the book. If you're confused about any additions, let me know. You'll definitely want to have it with you for your synchronous time period because it's got a great deal of our readings that we're going to be doing. Everything else I'll provide for you, so you don't have to worry about that. It'll be on Canvas. This is just an overview of our class. This is our Honors Writing 110 class this semester. So our goal is to solidify all of our writing processes. We'll do lots of different types of writing, different genre-based writing, and this will be through a wide variety of activities that we do on Canvas and synchronously together. Keep in mind, everyone has to pass Writing 110 to take Writing 170. You should not take Writing 170 right after this unless you're in a program or major that dictates that. And otherwise, you should wait to take Writing 170 till at least sometime in your sophomore or junior or even senior year if you need to for that. Because for a lot of people, it will be the last writing class that they take. But certain majors and certain programs, definitely you will want to get Writing 170 in. We do offer Writing 170 honors every spring semester, so you don't have to worry about fitting that into your schedule. So aside from your textbooks, making sure you're on Canvas is really important. We're obviously doing a lot of writing and interacting in this class, so make sure you have a good space to do that. Whether you're typing through Word, Google Docs are more than fine as well. Have a good web browser that you're working with. We're going to be using a lot with video and technology, so make sure that Adobe Flash is enabled as well on your computers. For our semester here, this is just a very rough guideline of how you'll be graded. Of course, it's a writing class, so we'll have papers, but these papers will include a lot of interactive features. We'll have peer review, revisions, we'll do some digital projects throughout the semester. We'll do a lot of discussions and activities and participation kind of around that, which are very interactive, both in our synchronous session and outside of that. And then, of course, a final project, which is not a test. I don't test in writing. And then that'll be towards the end of our term when we're finishing up. That's one of my favorite quotes by Neil Gaiman. If you haven't read anything by him, definitely do. He's great. So everything, this is pretty easy, and I'm sure you're accustomed to this, but everything gets submitted on Canvas. All I ask is that you please make sure everything is clearly labeled, so I know whose document I'm reading in the event I have to download something or anything like that. We do use Turnitin as part of our writing services, and that's probably pretty standard. I'm guessing you've used that in a lot of places before. You can feel free when we're in our synchronous sessions to bring your laptops or anything else you might need for note-taking or working in class. All I ask is that you please keep your cell phones away, as we only have 50 minutes together, so we don't want any distractions with that too. I don't take anything late unless of a dire circumstance or God forbid something happens. If something looks like it's coming up or you have something, just, my biggest thing is communication. So please make sure you're communicating with me. But otherwise, everything is pretty much laid out. You'll be able to see your 7 weeks of your class. You obviously won't be able to see every assignment because some of the things we have to build up and work to. And I don't recommend working too far ahead. I recommend going week by week and just noting down bigger projects that might be coming up. I find it very overwhelming. Attendance during our synchronous time is mandatory. So again, for those who've been approved to learn remotely, you'll have our Zoom link to come into class. And then for everyone else, as long as you're healthy and you're making sure that you're in person so we can have our 50 minutes together, which is really, really important. And I'm so looking forward to having these spaces. This is the rubric I use for my classes for participation. So when you see anything on Canvas that we're doing each week for participation points, discussions, activities, recordings, whatever it might be, you have the opportunity for some to earn up to 3 points every discussion. Some are worth a little bit more depending on how much is involved with them. This is a good chart to kind of just gauge yourself as you're going through and thinking about, how much you need to do. I don't post directions like you must respond to 3 people by so and so. You must do this. You need to gauge for yourself the frequency, how much you're checking in. It's like you'd be having a regular conversation. Your postings, your follow-ups, how much you're contributing content. Are you referencing what we're actually reading? And then, of course, being clarity and having good grammar and mechanics that come along with that. When you do see different discussion forums, again, these will come in different spaces. Sometimes it will be just posting something. I use Padlets a great deal in Flipgrid, so discussions might come in there. Participation might come through recordings. Lots of just interactive features so you don't feel like you're doing the same thing all the time. But the most important thing is that, you do want to be in there participating several times a week. It's not about being first and then never seeing anything else again. Typically, I put most of your discussions due for your own responses on Wednesday evenings. And then you have the rest of the week, Thursday, Friday, culminating in Saturday night, to respond back to your peers, to engage in conversation in whatever type of forum that you're looking in. So what you want to be doing is being conscious and checking throughout the week and responding. This could be very minimal, taking 5-10 minutes to respond, and it really makes a big difference. You don't want to do everything all on a Saturday. That's not going to give you credit, but really you want to go through and just kind of space yourself out and chime in when you can. You are allowed to miss 1 week of a response. After that, points are deducted for your participation grade. And this is just how I would grade this as well, in concordance with that chart that I kind of have as well. Anytime you're unsure about anything, a grade, how to do discussion board, how to do anything, just email me. This is all definitely fresh and new, and I've been teaching online for a while, for a couple of years, but still I learn things all the time as well. So it's never a bother, and I would so much rather more questions. Make sure you're checking your email. Make sure you're giving yourself enough prep time and study time for our class. The other things to keep in mind that we subscribe to the highest standards of academic ethics. So absolutely no plagiarism is tolerated, whether intentional or unintentional. If you ever have any questions about citation styles or finding a source or anything like that, let's have a conversation about it instead of just trying to drop something in and use it. I would, research can be messy, but it can be super fun. And I want to make sure you have everything you need with that. Other things that might be really helpful to you this semester is knowing where you can go for other resources. Our library is fantastic. You can reserve space over there, or you can use all of the different capacities that we have through the website and our Ask a Librarian feature. If you have any accommodations, just let me know, and we'll make sure that we get that coordinated with all the offices that you need. Mental health and self-care is really, really important. We are in a pandemic. We are still in a pandemic, and this is a lot going on right now. This is unlike any other time. So if there is anything I can help you with, or I can refer you to, you do not have to talk to me. I am here for anything. I know there's so much going on, both in school and outside of school, and there's so many stresses that are happening. So please just let me know. I am here for you. We are all human, and I want everyone just to be safe and healthy and in a really, really good space. Along with that, the SASC, Dr. Coleman, is fantastic. I know a lot of you have met with her working with honors, and Christy in the office as well. And then again, please just let me know whatever you need. I am so excited for our class, and I am so wanting to make sure you have the best experience. This is some dates to remember. So this is just term 2 dates. Like I said, our classes begin. This gives you a sense of when midterms are coming around for this and just other classes. And then this leads up till the end of the semester too. Now, I'm not going to go through every module here because I have updated things on Canvas. So these are just outlines. Please, 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 please check Canvas all the time. So on here is our Canvas site. And right now, you'll just see this is week 0 where I want you to go through the basics of the information on our classes. You'll find Zoom links here. And for example, week 1, you'll always have directions and notes, and everything will be in a category on what's a discussion for a week, where are some outside readings, what are some writing assignments for the week that you'll be doing. So please make sure to always check on Canvas. This is where you're going to have the most helpful information. Always go through, and I'll have sessions with everything recorded as well for our notes for the week too. So this way we don't have to do a great deal of those in our synchronous time together, and you can be really focusing on the work that we're going to be doing. So I'll stop these notes here. I'm sorry for if they were long, but I want to make sure you can go through everything. Just talking and thinking about our syllabus. If at any point more questions come up, just let me know. You can find a copy of this on our Canvas page, of course, in the week 0 module, and also under the syllabus tab.